Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm barely making it, but I made it. I made it. Even though now I can't borrow time zones because technically my 30-day challenge is completed. Well done, Telsin. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so it's Saturday, and a friend just reminded me that, or a post I saw on one of my friends, that it was National Pets Day or something yesterday. We do have a pet, but I need to preface that by saying I did not want a pet. That was not my idea at all, but I ended up with a pet. And because the kids wanted a pet, and now that we have a pet, who does most of the work? Feeding, cleaning. Yeah. And where are they? I don't know. But anyways, now it's our pet. So this is where I want to tie it back to my topic for today about change. For the longest time, the kids wanted a pet. And the answer was no. No, because I knew, first of all, they were still barely taking care of themselves. If you are not taking care of yourselves, how do you expect to take care of another person? So we went on for year in. So finally, when my older son was going to college, for some reason we decided, okay, we'll get a pet. It worked out okay because maybe it was because he was leaving, and at least my younger son would have some kind of company because the two boys are very close. But still, it still ended up being I do most of the work. So going back to my topic, which is, almost forgot what my topic was, which is change. So we had to change. My husband and I had to change our minds, our thinking, to allow them to have a pet after years and years of asking, pleading, begging. My older son even put a presentation together at one time because he wanted, actually, they really wanted a dog. But I was like, dogs, you have to walk them every day. They're very active. At least cats, for the most part. You've never seen the cat here, have you? And for the most part, they are self-sufficient. And this is where being able to change matters. How easy are you to change? How easy are you to change? On a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, I can change just like that. 1 being, it takes some time to change. Eventually, depending on what it is, I believe we will all face this situation and will have to change. We all had to adapt, and during COVID times, we all had to change our thinking, our ways, depending on where you were. We couldn't go out. We had to get used to living at home and not being able to go anywhere. So change is inevitable. I know that there are some personalities that adapt easily, more easily. Those are the 10s. They will change. In fact, they not only change, they create the change. Those are the 10s. They will create the change. Like, no, we have to change. We have to change. So depending on your personality, you could be a 10 and you could be a 1. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to tell you that's okay. Depending on what it is, you have to see, is this a situation where I need to change For example, if it's going to affect your family, it will be better for you to change. You may need to work up to it if you're from the one, and then adapt and change. But that's a that's something to think about. How easily adaptable are you to change? For me, it depends on the situation. Depends on what it is. As I've gotten older, I actually find it easier to change because it's easier for me to see the whole perspective than when I was younger. Then I was like, no, we had a plan. You can't just change. But now I'm like, okay, all right, if we need to change, let's do it. So think about it. As you are now, is change easy for you? Are you a 10 or are you a 1? 1 is I can't change. But admittedly, we all change at some point, and we all need to change. And physically we're changing every day, regardless of whether we like it or not. Take a picture now and look at yourself in 5 years' time and tell me if there's no change. There's a change. We're all changing. So, something to think about for today, Saturday. That's my topic for today. How willing are you to improvise and adapt to conditions as conditions change in order to succeed? Sometimes we need to change in order to succeed. AI is now mainstream. We need to be able to adapt. I'm loving AI. I use it. In fact, before ChatGPT, I was actually already using AI. So I was using it, especially with content writing, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. I had some programs that I had access to that I was using. But now everybody is using, well, most people are using ChatGPT. So that's a change. That's a change. So just my bit for today. Have a lovely rest of the day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. It may be already tomorrow in some places. But we'll catch up